Good evening, everyone, and sorry we are a little late. Guest tonight is the one and only JH586 Jamie, and our co-host, as usual, is AR Guns. We were having a little bit of a hiccup in our software tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that's as far as I know about it. And we were with AR's help able to get it straightened out. So we are here tonight to talk about JH586 and the Georgia shooting connection. So, our followers and me, I want to know, how did you, Jamie, get started on YouTube?
Um, Basically, I started reloading, and when I decided I was going to start reloading, I started watching all these YouTube videos and watched YouTube videos for probably 3 or 4 years before I ever started, you know, doing videos and that kind of thing. Um, and I learned so much from the community, and along with reading manuals and stuff like that, I thought, the only right thing to do is try to get on here and make a few videos and see if I can help somebody else along their way. And here we are, 4 or 5 years later, and I'm still trying to do videos, but I don't have time to make videos anymore because I'm doing live streams on Friday nights. And yeah, my channel is kind of taking a back seat to being committed to the Georgia shooting connection.
Hey
Well,
guys, I don't mean to interrupt.
yes, sir.
Michael Hurtnick says we have an issue with cannot see you, Echo. I
Cannot
see you.
see me. Okay, I
Oh,
see
you're
me.
froze. Actually, well, wait a minute. No, you're not. Hold on. I
I'm
don't
moving
know.
around.
Yeah, you're here. Uh,
Let me try to redo the camera. Is anybody else not seeing me?
I
I
see
can
you
see you,
good. Yeah, I don't
and I
see.
got you on my phone too.
Okay, Andy
Oh,
Z28, brother. Do you see me?
Michael says he sees you now. I don't know what
Okay.
happened there. I
It
suspect maybe on his end.
Yeah, it might be the
Yeah.
internet. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes wires get crossed or whatever they do. So we were talking about Jamie and how your channel kind of took a backseat to the Georgia shooting connection, and I'm guessing because, like your life is busy. And I
Oh, yeah.
know that, yeah, and I know that you're a good person and you go to church. And just like I should be going every week, I try to go on the important days, and try to hang a hat in there at least a few times a year, even though that's not what the good Lord wants to hear. But I'm really glad to have you on the show tonight, Jamie. I've been watching your channel for years and even been on it a little bit, and have enjoyed meeting a lot of different guests and a lot of different of your co-hosts that you have on there, and just really had a good time. And I think your what I've noticed about your community is you are almost a digital version of a gun shop. If you guys think back in the 80s when we would go out into our communities and we would interact with other gun people, we would usually do it at the gun store. And it's been really kind of replaced by digital meetings inside YouTube and other platforms. And what I wanted to know was, how was the overall expansion from you doing your private channel going into a public channel like doing the Georgia shooting connection? How was that transverse over into that? Was that difficult for you? It's a total different structure. You're going from a single person to a group of gentlemen. Um, have you had any difficulty in doing anything like that? Have you ever done anything like that before?
No, man. Back in the day before we started the Georgia Shooting Connection, and we didn't have a name for it when we started. We just A few guys from Georgia wanting to do a live stream because we had all been on Scotsman's live stream at that point. We've been watching him do what he does and what him and Alan B. Pro do on Sunday evenings, and we wanted to start something with our Georgia buddies and kind of unite different ends of the state. And we had not a whole lot of clue that it was going to be nationwide like it's turned out to be. And it started out with myself and Kyle Lusk, uh, Nathan, the Reloading Press. It was the Reloading Room, I think, back then. But there was another guy called the Reloading Room, so he had to change it to the Reloading Press. And he invited a Mooser. Some of y'all may remember a Mooser. Great dude, man. But time goes by, years go by. The biggest thing about the live stream that has hit me between the eyes is the commitment. It takes a commitment to be here every single Friday night. Well, we started out with those four guys. Well, it wasn't long till a Mooser kind of fell out because he had uh, I forget what they call it, but pest deer. He had a pest deer permit, and he's hunting deer 24/7, 365 down there in South Georgia, trying to keep deer from eating up soybean fields and cornfields and all that kind of stuff. So, plus he had a young family, and time goes by, and Nathan gets married, and he kind of, but after a Mooser kind of left and fell out, we spotted this dude that was from Georgia down around Atlanta, slinging a hot gun, man, just looking like the new modern age Billy the Kid, and we kind of watched a bunch of his videos and that kind of thing. We invited Chico on a couple of times, and I told him, I said, "Look, man, in the after chat, I said, hey, man, you from Georgia? You're a natural fit with us." And we went on a couple of road trips. Chico came in, but like I said, man, as time goes by, your life situations change,
Yes.
and some people are not able to remain committed every single week on Friday nights or whatever. And if we move to a different night, we'd probably have a lot more viewers or whatever after the initial blow, of the change. But man, it's been a great experience, fun ride. I've got to know so many people from all over the country, and what's really neat is when you go and meet somebody that you met on here, you go and meet them face to face, and it just makes lifetime friendships, man. You go from friends, YouTube acquaintances, to more and more like family, where you know you call each other once a week or once a month and just say, "Hey, man, how's it going? Everything okay? Hadn't heard from you in a minute." That kind of thing. And if any of you guys ever get the chance to travel somewhere, you go on vacation or whatever, you're going to be in a certain area for a few days or whatever, start hitting up these guys that are from that general area and see if they're available to meet up with you. Man, it'll change your life. I kid you not. But something you said earlier about me is what I want to be known for more than anything else. And I know I fail terribly, but I want to be known as a Christ follower, a man of God, the best Christian I can be, and I fail every day. Just like a lot of people get that mixed up. It's not that Christians are perfect. We're holier than thou and all that. But, that's not the case. We're just as messed up as everybody else. We're one beggar trying to tell another beggar where we found a piece of bread. That's all that is. And I just I just want to be a Christ follower, and everything else. That's the most important decision you can make in your life, and we may be
I
seeing.
Yeah, I agree, Jamie, very much in what you're saying. And another thing that what really got me excited about Georgia Shooting Connection was the fact that you had guys on there that are in Georgia, but then guys from California, Maine, New Jersey, all these people from all over the country, and everybody gets along, everybody's each other's friend, and I just thought it was the neatest thing. You were one of the first shows that I ever turned on YouTube, you and Highboy, and it just great people I've met, and through yours channel and through everyone else that comes on your show, just really fantastic people. And I just wanted to thank you for what you did for the community in large. I don't think you really realize how big a role you play in a lot of people. When I come on the Georgia Shooting Connection, a lot of time I'll turn it on after my show tonight, and I'll watch quietly in the side stream and not really do anything but watch you guys and listen to what you're talking about. And there'll be 10 conversations going on in your side chat about shooting, about hunting, about loading, about casting, about this or that, or about my channel. I'm trying to do this. Do you know how to do this? And it's just been one of those type of things where you're just very pleased to see that much participation in the side chat, because you're getting out there and touching people and they want to come in. I call it like the pub theory. Like you have a watering hole where everybody likes to show up on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and watch your show, but also participate with the group of people that are actually in the side chat of the show, which are a lot of people. For a show with your size, you're drawing 50, sometimes 60 people. And that is telling me that you are touching people's lives and you're influencing them, and that is very, very positive for the gun community as a whole, for you to do that. And it's just amazing. I find your channel very interesting, and all the people that have come on it and will come on it. I see this as just a continuation of good gun people gathering together and sharing stories and just having a good time in general.
Oh man, you humble me. Those are awful kind words. I hope we can live up to them. But I have been amazed at some of the people that I have invited. Uh, I got a channel over here. I'm sitting at. Um, it took me forever. I mean, yeah, I got 720 subscribers. I checked earlier today because I knew I was going to be on here. And that's a very small channel in the YouTube world. I mean, really and seriously. And I just kind of want to do what I want to do, and make a video about it. But yeah, some of the people that I have invited to come on Georgia Shooting Connection, I figured they'd never respond to me when I first asked them. They don't know who I am, and then next thing you know, yeah, man, I'd love to come. And I'm like, wow, man, I can't believe that. But hey, man, it's like, in a way, it's like asking out the homecoming queen for a date. You know what I mean? And it's like, no way she's going to tell me yes, but all the other guys are thinking the same way, and she's sitting at home by herself on Saturday night. But yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
I've gotten so much support from so much of the community, especially the guys with, a lot more subscribers than me. And, we just been blessed, man, really and truly. And, we generally talking about the number of viewers we got. Generally, we start out, we got about 25, 30 people watching, and then it starts growing. We'll get up over 50 sometimes. Sometimes we'll even get up over 60. And then by the time we start wrapping it down around 10 o'clock, we're down to the 25 and 30 again. And some of those guys have been there the whole time, and a lot of them are out there in that side chat right now. You guys are awesome, man. I want to thank you for what you've done for um, what all of our channels, man. All gun channels. We support each other. And Echo, something else I want to say to you. Number one, thank you for doing this, and thank you for having me on. And thank you for your vision as to what you're doing now on this live stream about introducing the community at large to the smaller channels, because we were all small channels when we started. They didn't none of us get 1,000 subscribers overnight. And yeah, and G23 saying, I enjoy the live streams. I'm glad you do, man. And I know he does one on Saturday night. Y'all check him out. But the thing about it is what Echo said. It's sometimes I think what we say on the panel is pretty much meaningless. These guys are coming together. They've got a time and a place where they can come and know that like-minded fellows are going to be there, where they can talk to them and bounce ideas off of each other and that kind of thing. And it's just a fun thing. The analogy of the old gun store, barbershop kind of thing, that's an awesome thing, and I appreciate that very much.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you very much as well. I think that what Jamie's doing for the gun community in general is a very positive thing. I just hope to see another. What did you say? Did you say 3 years or 6?
Georgia Shooting Connection started in May, I think, of 2018. So
we're coming up on almost 4 years.
3.5 years right now.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's awesome. Well, here's to another 3.5 years, Jamie, and in your channel. I really want to see it. I think all the guests that keep coming out, I think we're going to just keep having more and more. And there's a lot of us that watch and listen while we're reloading or doing things in our shops. And we don't all and we don't always, have time to leave a comment. But I want you to know that when you have 50, 60 viewers on, a lot of us are those guys that are watching on television and can't make comments. And the dinner hour, and I'll have the wife and we'll watch your show. And what she likes about it is the fact that there's not foul language. There's not a bunch of what seems to be spoiled brats, talking about, the next gun they just bought. It's always good people talking about good things, asking good questions to people that know the good answers. And that's what I like. I appreciate the show. I really do. It's an enjoyable show. And I think everybody out there that watches it, enjoys it to know. I mean, it's unbelievable, because what I'm trying to do is get people more exposure, is marketing basically. And what you're doing is you're giving them a place to come and join hands and talk stories and just talk gun stuff and be gun guys and gals. And I really appreciate that. And I know that everybody in our side chat and everybody on the show, your show, and on our shows right now are very big into supporting the Georgia Shooting Connection and all of its co-hosts. Kyle's a great guy. When Chico makes it on, when he's got time, I know he's tying down a big load right now with his family demanding, a lot of his time and his work. But he's a great guy. And you guys have been blessed with a lot of good people over the years. And here's to having a few more good ones to help you get through the next few years. I'm really just kind of looking at seeing what you're going to turn out next.
Well, I don't know, man. I'll say this about that. When when we very first started on the Georgia Shooting Connection, my job was what you're doing. My job was to research and get get guests, to acquire guests on the, and what I tried to do is I tried to get a big guy and a little guy at the same time. When I say that, I don't want y'all to think I'm talking bad about anybody. I don't mean that at all. I mean a beginner and someone who was established, and we had room for six. And, we hear a lot of fussing and, bickering about, I want 10 guys and this, that, and that. Let me tell you something. From 3 years of running a live stream, you don't want more than six people. I mean, especially if you do it like we do, where we try to give everybody an equal time to talk and talk about what they got going on and that sort of thing. I just, maybe I'm slow, whatever. Six is, about all you can manage in a comfortable manner. And yeah, that was, we had Nathan, who I miss dearly, but he was always our kind of our anchor guy, that he, excuse me, he does what I do now. And, and when he was doing that kind of thing, I was out running after guests and trying to line up guests, and I'd be texting him through the week. So, how about blah, 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 and that kind of thing. And, yeah. And then Chico came on, and he got to where, his thing was kind of like what AR does for you, like if, like I noticed, I think it was Michael Hurtneck out there was saying that somebody's got the RCBS bench prime on sale right now for $102. So you think I ain't paying attention, don't you? But yeah, and Chico go bam, do a screen share, and it's up there instantly before I didn't even have to ask him. He just did that. I mean, and we got to where we were working really well together, and like I said earlier, our life circumstances change, and y'all know Chico has a son that he has to take care of, and it's a lot of times he has to get off of work, so therefore he's got to make up that time on Friday nights, and that's a fine fella right there, Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog. Woof woof. Yeah, man. But yeah, so what you're doing is nothing strange to me, man. And I remember I invited one guy on. I just tracked him down and got his email address and sent him an email with my phone number. Hey man, give me a call if you get a chance. I couldn't believe the sucker called me, man. And this dude's got like 44 plus thousand subscribers, And he came on one Friday night, and the chat ended. And he said, "All right, man, thanks for having me." And he stayed and visited with us a few minutes. But man, he's just a guy like the rest of us, And we got off on the side chat, in the after chat. Chico looks at me and said, "How'd you get him?" I said, "I just called him and asked him, man. It ain't no big deal, I mean, yeah, these guys want the exposure to their channels too, and." Yeah, it's been a fun ride, man. It really has, and I'm excited for what y'all are doing too, man. And
Oh yeah, we plan on working a little bit together with you here in the near future, and bringing some more guests your way, and introducing you to some people that we've met up with, some smaller channels, bigger channels, whatever. If they need exposure and they want to meet a good group of other gun guys, I'm down for it. The more of us that can stand hand in hand, the stronger we'll be when it comes election time, the stronger we'll be just in general, because you have more people owning firearms out there. And when we have, if we have, like we just did, 4 million, they say, new gun owners, and a large percentage of that is female. that is a really big right now. The demographics, the women right now are the largest growing part in the gun industry. So I'm really glad to see it. And I just would like to welcome ladies, if you want to come to a good show, please come and visit the Georgia Shooting Connection. They have been always very open with women and with men. You can come on there. It doesn't matter. You had Sharinda on, a lovely lady, and she reloads and does a lot of hunting and a lot of things with firearms related, including training people to reload. I was totally astonished. I found that out while I was on your show and listening to her talking about it. I was absolutely blown out of the water. This woman actually goes to other ladies' houses and brings all her reloading stuff and sets up reloading and teaches other women how to reload. And I was like, I wish somebody did that back when I got started, because I would have been on the phone. I'll pay for your plane ticket. Come in and show me how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just been a really good experience for everyone on the Georgia Shooting Connection. I really enjoy the show, and there's no surprise. Every week, I always get a kick out of Kyle and you and the topics you bring into play when the gun community, and as an individual, a Christian, and just a good person as a friend to talk to over the years. You've always been behind me when I needed any kind of help or anything whatsoever with my channel or with reloading. You were always there. And basically, in your side chat, a lot of questions I got answered when I first got started on the Georgia Shooting Connection, just asking other reloaders in your side chat. Hey, I heard about this. What does this mean? What does this term mean? I can't find it in my reloading manual. And they would be like, oh, that's because you're looking in this manual. You need to look in this one. This will tell you about burn rate. And I'm like, okay. So, there's just always been those little things that have helped me. And I think that as our community gets bigger and stronger, more people will get into reloading. More people will get into firearms. And right now we've got a big growth in firearms ownership. But with reloading, it's kind of always been when we go into a ammo crisis, we have a spike in reloading. But it dies back down when ammo's readily available and reasonably priced. But what I'm trying to do is make reloading just as popular as owning a pistol or a rifle or a shotgun, so that people can, we're getting into hobby shooting guns. Let's get into reloading too. Let's jump into both sports and see what they have to offer. And that's what I like about your show. You kind of cover the whole gambit, the casting, reloading, and shooting. And you have guests on that have little stories. And some of the guests you have on are instructors like Squatch and Sharinda. And some of them are NRA certified instructors. I know you've had an instructor on at least once before that was NRA certified. And I just really enjoy the channel. So I wanted to bring you on here and just get some exposure to you and to find out what the Georgia Shooting Connection is about. What would you say your sole primary goal is to do, Jamie, with the channel?
Unity in the community. When like I told you, when we first started, you had one of the reasons we wanted to start it was we were in the reloading side. We were all casters and reloaders and doing videos, and we all pretty much knew each other because of commenting back and forth on each other's videos and stuff. And then you had another whole group of guys that were on the Scotsman on foreign and domestic on Sunday night. They were anything from, and Scotsman's NRA certified too, by the way. If anybody
Yes.
needs lessons or anything, I have any questions about gun handling or he's been helping me a little bit with my pistol shooting because I'm a rifle guy. But one of the reasons that I want, and you can ask Nathan and you can ask Kyle, one of the things I told him when we first started, I said, what I would like to see happen is for our channel to be a way, for our live streams to be a way to meld the two sides of the community together and get, uh, excuse me, these are extreme terms, but get the FUDs to get along with the tacto guys,
Yeah.
and that has been my goal and our goal in the Georgia Shooting Connection, and it still is. I want to see those two wings of the 2A community unified together and stand together against these gun hating liberals. And that's about as political as I get because I don't want, we don't do politics on Georgia Shooting Connection. More rarely talk about politics if it's related to the gun community. But I kind of tend to stay out of that because when you get to Friday night, it's at 8 o'clock, or 5 o'clock on the West Coast, you're about beat up to death with politics and news. We just want to unwind. We want to talk about what we're going to be doing and that kind of thing, and just share our stories with each other and what we're doing. And but yeah, the Crazy Scotsman's been a big influence in my life, and as far as going down the live stream thing, he helps me continuously. I try to be on there with him on Sunday nights to kind of, and I look at that as doing the same thing. I'm trying to help bridge. I'm trying to bring our guys over to that side as well as bring those guys over to this side, and that's why whether he's on the Georgia Shooting Connection or not, the Crazy Scotsman always gets a link. If he's busy, he's busy, but it's an unspoken thing. He gets a link, and I pretty much get a link on Sundays for his.
The Scotsman is a great guy. He is. We've had our differences on plastic polymer pistols before, but I just laugh because he knows his stuff about revolvers, and me and him have like a little. Yeah, I upset him when I told him one time. I'm like, hey, listen, polymer isn't that bad, and yeah, I've been with it since it first arose in this company in in this state of the United States of America here, from with the old HK pistol that first came in, polymer. But he's a great guy, and I love tuning into his show too as well. And I watch you on Foreign and Domestic. I'm one of the side guys that are watching over there. It's a good show, and it helps our community as well. And he's got a good following as well. I like watching him when he comes over and adds in some topics to the Georgia Shooting Connection. Basically, James, where do you see the Georgia Shooting Connection in another 3 years?
I'm trying to get through the night, Echo.
I
Well said,
understand.
Jimmy.
Well said. Yes, I understand that. And being a content creator, I see where you're coming from.
Long term, I would like to see us hosting a at least semi nationwide shooting event once a year. We've been dabbling in it. We've had some get-togethers, and I would like to. I know we're never going to be like Iraq Vet 8888. Uh, I love that dude as well. He's a good guy. Um, I've been to his shooting event, and it is absolutely. I was awestruck. What y'all? I did a video about it. I got to meet so many really cool guys, hang out with them, and talk with them. And at the time, I'm sitting at 400 subscribers, and these are guys that have been, well, they're household YouTube guys names.
Yeah.
It's intimidating, but I think the guy that was most impressed me the most that weekend was Mark Novak, because I kind of tend to be. I want to do all my own gunsmithing, and when I retire, I may. Matter of fact, here in a year or two, I may start gunsmithing classes and the gunsmith when I retire, because a friend of mine's getting into the clays, sporting clays, and he's talking about starting building his own range. Uh, yeah, I hope you can too, G23. I think we just gotta get past. We gotta get COVID in the rearview mirror, and I think that'll take off. It's all these guys that own ranges are a little bit hesitant to. Yeah, that's right, Broke Loader. And by the way, Broke Loader, I need to have you on the Georgia Shooting Connection. I've been wanting to have you on forever, man. I'm gonna track you down, dude.
When me and Jamie both are gonna have to work something out with you, Broke Loader, over some time, brother, because we want to talk to you. And Jamie, what you were saying about having people come into your streams, and you guys are able to kind of help each other out, whether no matter what it is. Somebody could come in there and be like, hey, has anybody ever heard of this problem or had this problem happen to them when they're reloading on a turret press? Well, there's 3 or 4 guys in there, at least, if not a half a dozen, that own turret presses, and that information, if you're on a blog, that could take you a week, leaving a question, getting an answer, then having a couple guys chime in, verifying that what that information is being given to you is actually current and correct. And that's why I love the streams, because you can get on there and you could be in the side chat. You can ask a question. And if one of the guests or you on the show don't answer it, one of the people in the side chat will. And it's like, when you start adding up the amount of knowledge, I've got 35 years in the gun industry. If you add that, AR has been doing it for at least 45 years now. AR, you've been shooting
since I was 9 or 10 years old.
So even over that, you start adding up all of this time, and you've got an Encyclopedia Britannica of knowledge that you can pull from. And that's what I think is really neat. It used to be, if you were looking up information about something, you would have to look in a book. And I think a lot of it is still factual. That is good to look in books, because you have your load manual, you've got your data there. But when it comes to maybe finding that information in a huge 700-800 page book, sometimes it's easier to ask a guy that's been doing it 3-4 years, hey, how do you do this? Can you give me a little bit of a hint on to do it a little easier? And that's what the amount of information that is offered and you have there at your fingertips, and the amount of people. And we're gonna work together, Jamie, as I want to start to push your show to growth too. I want to start helping you out and helping as many people out as I possibly can. And that was the whole idea of having you on here tonight, was to say, hey, I notice your show. A lot of people do, and we're paying attention of all the work you're doing, and we want to thank you for doing it. because it isn't easy going every week and being there every single Friday. I've only been doing it for a couple, maybe 2 months now, and I understand the little bit of tension and the like tonight. I thought I was going to have to call you and cancel because I couldn't figure out some software, but AR was able to help me through it. Things like that, buddies, friends, and things that can help you with computers, loading, what purchasing, loading equipment, what's good and what's not. It's endless. And basically, I just think that what you've got going on is really a cool thing. And I would like to take this time now to ask the audience if you guys have any questions for JH586, Mr. Jamie, and please keep them polite as usual. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask him, I take this time to go ahead and ask them. And AR, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Jamie and fill in, if you think I've left anything out, I'd like to ask you this time to come on board and ask away, brother.
You covered most everything, so
Okay.
just
I
sounding
got a
good.
question for Elliot. Excuse
Yeah.
me, where's Camden County, Georgia? You know where Camden County is?
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
There's a new range
Uh-uh.
opened up there by the Department of Natural Resources. We're gonna have to get together and go check it out.
I'll check. Well, we're talking.
And
Yeah.
I think I've proved one thing over the course of time here, that I'm not afraid to get in my car and go drive to meet somebody. I mean, when Willie and the guys were here, I drove them 4.5 hours to just outside Charlotte, North Carolina, to meet up with the rebel Mike Hester and drive them back. So yeah, we'll load up in the car and take off.
That's awesome. And
Mr. Pollard's got a question for me.
Okay.
He's asking, what are you blasting at deer with this season? I'm using a Seiko Model AV bolt gun made in 1988. Chambered in 270 Winchester, and I'm using my a build that Scotsman helped me with. It's an AR and chambered in 350 Legend. It's got it has Arrow Precision upper and lower receivers, a Shaw accuracy barrel, 18-inch accuracy barrel. It's flat dark earth in color. I really like it. Shoots good. I got a target around here somewhere where I sighted in. Me and Willie went to the range and shot it just to sight in the scope for deer season.
Okay. This brings us into where I wanted to go. You are in the woods in Georgia this week doing a little whitetail hunting. Is that not correct?
Not as much as I wanted to. Some stuff came up, but
oh, okay. I'm sorry that things came up, but why don't you let us know what you saw so far and what you're doing?
Well, I am so blessed to have a friend of mine at church who lives on a 220-acre chicken farm, and he's getting ready to build. Like I said, he's getting ready to build a trap course out there, and he's fixing to buy the acreage next to him. I think it's around 100, 150 more acres that the trap stuff will go on, and I'll probably eventually be guiding deer hunts out there, or either working in the pro shop. There's my buddy Willie Bullet Man. But I went Saturday, don't hunt on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Saturday, I probably saw a dozen deer. Monday, I probably saw 20. Tuesday I probably saw 25, and Wednesday I saw one. And then y'all know the weather forecast yesterday was for rain here all day long. Man, it didn't rain here. I could have got up and went hunting.
Just a little bit here.
Yeah, I disapprove of those weathercasters. I don't think they could tell the weather if they were standing in front of a bay window.
Well, I'll give them credit for this. What they do is they use models, man. And it
Right.
was a big mass out, and Bulldog will tell you if he's still out there. It was down in Louisiana, down there right about where he lives, and it was covering up most of the middle of the country. But as it started moving east, it contracted and intensified. Really, it was just a big blob of medium, moderate rain, and then it got narrower and it just and slowed down too. So we didn't have all day rain. It didn't even rain till after dark here. I could have hunted all day yesterday. Turns out, but what happened is it got really intense about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. We had two trees knocked down at the end of the road. Now, guys, y'all making fun of me, and I don't care. But let me explain. When it's 220 acres, but there's a pad up there, and there's four 500 foot long chicken fences, chicken houses, and that's where all the chickens are, of course, and it's attached to Tyson or some big company like that. But yeah, we only have chickens right there in those chicken houses. So it used to be cattle out there and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting a phone call,
I heard a Harley.
and that's my ringtone.
Oh.
But
It was Camden County Range was helped with the Department of Corrections. They opened it. It has only a 200-yard range. They wanted 1,000, but apparently it didn't get done.
yeah, I know they're open now, and I know they also have they have those targets, those electronic targets, like Johnny's Reloading Bench and Dead Zero has, and it's that's a cool thing, man. That'll make a sorry man out of you.
Yeah, the shot tracking systems.
Yeah, you got an iPad sitting right there next to you, and you're just sitting up on this bench, and you see each impact, and it tells you how fast the bullet's going when it hits the target. You already got a pretty good idea of what the muzzle velocity is. But if you're shooting at 100 yards, it's telling you the velocity when it gets to 100 yards. If you're shooting 200, so forth and so on, all the way out like that.
It's a long drive, guys. It's in Woodbine. I don't have my glasses. Woodbine. It's way down in southeast Georgia, near the bottom of Georgia.
Yeah. Reloader 762 said it was down there close to Jacksonville, Florida. There's Mark MCK. What's up, brother?
Oh, it's near Jacksonville. So she's near Valdosta, I'm guessing.
No, Valdosta's the other side of the state.
Oh, okay.
It's right down near the Georgia line where the little panhandle light goes on Georgia.
Oh, yeah. The little corner piece.
Over on the coast. And whereas Valdosta is about, I would say, 60, 80 miles north of Tallahassee.
Okay.
It's near St. Mary's, Georgia. Okay.
I'll be very upfront. I think what you're doing, trying to get a shooting event planned. I know that you guys were doing Dead Zero and that you were able to go the one time, and then the coronavirus hit and kind of just ruined everything. You guys were about to do another one, I think.
We had the second one scheduled, and people invited, and they were responding, and we had, I think when we had to cancel it, we had 25 folks committed to come. And these are all YouTube guys and guys that are in our side chat, which I would have loved. But yeah, one day, whether we get to Um, yeah, James, I ain't opposed to driving to Ohio to shoot with you, brother. I ain't. I ain't, and get Daniel and Scotsman over there, and really and truly, um, a place like that would make a whole lot more sense than Georgia, or especially down there, the Georgia Florida line. I mean, what's it going to be like? 5 or 6 of us. Some of you guys come up from Florida. Some of us go over there. Another guy I really want to meet and get to know real good is Alabama Reloader. He's only about 2 hours west of me here where I live, and I would love
Yeah.
to get to go shoot with him and go do some loading and hunting and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He really is. He's a good guy, and I am glad to call him a friend. He is a great person to talk to, and if you ever get a chance, just to see, if you ever have him out to one of your shooting events, get a chance to sit down and talk with him. He is an absolute, just really good person, and he just is exactly how he seems on YouTube. He, as you talk to him on the phone, you're just like, you feel like you're talking to a brother you haven't talked to in about 6 months or a year. Like you just got back, like he just got back into the States, and you're talking to him. It's just like talking to your brother. He's just a really good guy. And I enjoyed interviewing him. So we're going to have to get him over onto your show, and I'll contact him, Jamie, about that. Coming over.
He has emailed me, and I lost it. I lost his email. So if you can give him my email and phone number, and
Yeah.
just tell him I'd really love to have him on. And Bulldog, I'd love for you to come up here. Yeah, Ohio don't sound bad. And G23, willed and well armed, I have not met yet, but I got him on my list.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, AR.
No, go ahead, man.
I was going to say, I have a really good friend who's a welder, and they've got a hunting lease in Georgia. I don't know where it is, but I hear it's over 800 to 1,000 acres. And it backs up against a national reserve, one of the game reserves where you can't hunt. But usually when you're right up next to them with your property, they come out of those game reserves into your property for bedding and stuff like that, and you get water sources, feed, whatever. And he's got a couple of big farm fields that are on the other side of where he's at. So you can imagine they bed down over in the game area, and then they get up in the morning and they come across right where their camp is to make it into the soybean fields. So I may have to talk to you, Jamie, about doing some doing a hunt this next year.
I would love to meet him. Love to go down and hunt with him. One thing, I'd have to talk to him first. And I'm sure if he's a friend of yours, he knows how to act. But some people, you don't want to shoot with them.
Yeah, no, this guy's a third generation welder. He's an older fella, and he is a good guy. He's just straight up good people, and very, very safe with a firearm. The worst thing that happened to him, and story wise, is he had a pin break in one of his tree stands. And if it wouldn't have been for a safety leash, he would have probably been paralyzed or killed. He was about 42 feet up in a tree and had a pin break in one of his self climbers, and the entire self climber shot down around him and with his rifle and busted his rifle stock. And I was like, when you see the rifle, the stock spider shattered up through it. It hit so hard. Right below the tree was an oak tree, and it had oak roots. And the actual climber hit on that, and it just bent it all up. If he would have landed it inside that climber, he's like, then I'm up in the tree and I got to figure out a way to get down out of the tree. And he's like, I've got this thing and I can't reach. He goes, I'm 60 years old. I can't reach the release to release it. So he was stuck in the tree for like a half hour before he was able to yell enough to where another hunter heard him and came over and got his climber and climbed up the tree, got him, and they both climbed down the tree together. I kid you not. A story from, and that's just another good gun guy, even though that my buddy ruined his hunt by screaming, help me, I'm stuck in the tree. He was able to get a good gun guy to come over and help him out of the tree. So it was all good. And
if you've been hunting very long, we've all got stories like that. And I'll share one quick one. I've got a buddy I've been hunting with. Well, he got me back into hunting back 10 years ago. One of the assistant pastors at our church, and he dropped his rope, and he didn't have the two halves of his climbing stand tied together, and the bottom fell all the way to the ground. And I had to go, and he's sitting up there just hanging on, and I had to figure a way to throw him a rope, and he's like 25 feet up in the air. You can't throw a rope, man.
Yeah.
You can't throw a rope. You got to tie it to something. Anyway, another thing that happened, you guys have got to get out and check your equipment. I failed to do that because I've had a busy year. I go up Saturday, and I'm sitting in my stand, and like I said, I saw a dozen deer, and I stood up and heard a snap, snap, and both of the straps that were holding my my ladder stand against the tree broke.
Oh,
I've got this ladder stand. Yeah, it ain't fun. Luckily, I hunt with a backpack, and a lot of guys make fun of me, but I had a brand new piece of 100-foot rope that I tied around the tree and around the stand several times, and lowered myself down the ladder, still holding tight to the rope, so that the more weight I put on the rope, the tighter the stand was held to the tree. And we went up and put brand new straps on that Monday after we finished hunting. So, yeah, take care of your equipment. Your equipment will take care of you, and your rifle, so forth and so on. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, here's my story of Jamie, and a little bit starting off with Echo. I'll tell you the story. Echo was the first one I got on the stream. I bought a camera, and I should have known I'd went on there with a camera. But before that, I'd watch Jamie, probably even back with Nathan. And occasionally he would go, we got to get AR on here. And I'd be in bed a lot of times, and I go, I don't know if I'll ever come on no camera. I don't think so. I might. And I kept occasionally you'd bring it up, Jamie, remember? We need to get AR. He's in Georgia. And if you hadn't have did that, I probably wouldn't be on here now, because that helped kind of. I said, yeah, I think I'll get a camera. And then I said, no, I'm not going to get on there. And then I got the camera. I said, yeah, I'll try it. So that's my little story of you, Jamie. You would always mention my name. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it makes you feel part of the crew. That's what I'm talking about, that feeling of family right from the get-go. And a lot of shows don't have that. And that is a comfort. And I think it's why you have so many people come to your show and exchange with each other all the time, is because you have that open door, like you're coming over to your friend's house to talk motorcycles, guns, reloading ammunition, what have you. And it's a great thing. You go over to the Georgia Shooting Connection and you have a good time. It's always a good time. It's 2 hours of fun. You can always go over there if you've had a bad day, and Kyle or Jamie or AR, they're going to make you laugh. They're going to cheer you up and get you out of that hostility where you're kind of stuck on something, and get you thinking about firearms and reloading and casting. And I'm down for it. I am down for it. And I am down for the Georgia Shooting Connection. And I just wanted to thank everybody in the side chat I saw Guns and Barbecue stop by. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And I've seen Lead Bullet Junkie. Chris from the 740, brother, thank you very much for coming by. I just wanted to thank these guys personally. If I left anybody out, I'm going to have AR go ahead and start calling it out. And we're going to wrap this one up and tie a bow on it, Jamie. Is there anything that I left out that I should have asked you, brother?
Not that I know of, but I do appreciate you saying that about a welcoming atmosphere. It's one of the things we've always strived for because, um, what's the name of that old Western that was a miniseries? Lonesome Dove.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that show.
You remember what the guy said on there? He said, "That's rudeness. I won't tolerate it in a man."
Yep.
He
Mhm.
said after he had beat the living pulp out of somebody, but I hope I don't ever have to do anything like that. But I just
I like
love
that.
them old westerns. Y'all can tell that by the kind of guns I have and the kind of guns I reload for. So
What
I
they call
want to
him,
thank
Uncle
y'all for
Gus?
having me on, and hopefully we'll see y'all shortly over on the Georgia Shooting Connection channel.
Oh yeah, I'll come over there tonight and visit with you. Um, if not on live, I'll be in the side chat. I don't know who you've got scheduled for your show tonight, or who you have coming on, but if you guys are inviting, I'm coming. So I just wanted to thank you for coming on the show, brother. You didn't have to do this, and I know you're a very busy man, and your time is precious with your family and with your guys that watch your channel. So I think I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on and doing a little interview with us here and letting us know a little bit more about the Georgia Shooting Connection and what it's about. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for. Yeah, I remember that GGW. I appreciate y'all having me. It's uh, it's humbling to be noticed and makes you feel like all your hard work is not going to waste. And yeah, GGW, I have to keep Kyle on a short leash sometimes. Y'all know that though. That's part of what y'all come to see, ain't you? What's Kyle going to do to make Jamie turn red? But guys, we love you. We appreciate all of you coming over to watch us, and all you guys y'all truly are like part of my family, and I appreciate y'all coming in every Friday nights. And man, it's just awesome, and it's almost time to do it again. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
having Julio, uh, Willie Bullet Man, I think's coming, and
Yep.
of course we got CW. He's got new toys to show off, and man, he's such a great addition to the channel and to the live stream. And JCM, thank you, brother. Y'all humble me. Y'all too good to me. And I'm hoping here in a couple of 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, we're going to have a discussion about this, and we'll see what happens.
Got your beard?
Yeah, man. There's a reason for it. And let me say this while we're on that subject. I started this 3 years ago for No Shave November. Do y'all know what No Shave November is all about?
I believe it has something to do with cancer.
Men,
Men.
have your PSA numbers checked by your doctor every time, every year. Get that exam, get that PSA checked in your blood work. It don't cost that much. Uh, it's if caught early, it is the most curable form of cancer. And I say this because I care about you, and I don't want you to. I want to keep you around as long as we can. But get it done. You'll be
Yeah.
you'll be happy.
Yeah, and it's just they do it in your physical blood work. They're gonna stick you anyway, so they're gonna take some blood, have them do that test, and keep yourself healthy. Go and see a doctor once a year. I'm telling you, because I've been battered up with diabetes for going on, let's see, 48 years now. And I'm only here because I was lucky enough to get caught by a female doctor that was a diabetic endocrinologist. So, and that's why I'm here today to talk with you guys. But I had loved having you on the show, Jamie. Really did. And AR, why don't you go ahead and take us out and read off the chat for me, if you could, sir?
Okay, man. Appreciate it. Good having you on, Jamie. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Great show, guys. Kingpin's here. Senior Master Sergeant Bulldog. Quest for the Perfect Load. Hey, Zach. Andy 79Z28. Michael Hurtnick. Critter's here. Good to see you, Critter. Uncle John. Of course, JH. James Pollard. I hate to get quiet on this because I know you all know I'm scrolling. Uncle John. Uncle John. Bear with me, guys. Quest for the Perfect Load. Michael Hurtnick. 01 guys here. Good to see you. GGW's here. Uncle John's here. G23's here. James Pollard, I called. GGW, I called. Andre D'Angelo, good to see you. Tim S is here. Good to see you, Tim. Jason Stewart, good to see you, Jason. GGW, MCK. I may call you twice. Ignore me. MCK. Let's see what we got here. Well, it's a long line. You all been talking a lot or chatting a lot tonight. Absolutely. Ram's here. Good to see you, Ram. Mac Man's here. Let's not forget Mac. Jason Stewart, I called. Drew Bradley. Elster was here. Good to see you, Elster. Always feel free to drop by. Andy, I called. Let's see who else here. Critter's here. Well, you guys been talking a lot tonight. Rebel, 67 Rebels here. Good to see you, Rebel. Ram 4x4. Hobbies Hobo. Let's not forget him. At least tell myself not to forget him. G23. Reloader 762. How you doing, brother?
There's Hipparchus. He's been lurking. Ain't been saying nothing.
Who's that?
Hipparchus.
I call him Hippa. Drew Reloader 762. Hippa.
That's another guy. There's two different guys.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Broke Loader. Good to see you, Broke Loader. Mac Man, I called. James Pollard. Well, this is a long one. We had about 30 people on tonight.
Yes.
It's a good show, guys. We appreciate you dropping by.
And if you get a chance to have Jason Stewart on, he's a fine guest. We got to have him back on. George
I've had him on my show. He was a good guest. Willie Bullet Man's here. Good to see you, Willie.
He said no, it's the same guy. My bad.
Okay. I was thinking it was. I just didn't want to contradict you in the show. Let's see. GGW.
I know nothing, AR. Come on, dude. You know better than that.
See, MCK. Chris from the 70. Let's not forget him. Good to have you, Chris. Drew Bradley, I called. MCK. James Pollard, I called. I am still scrolling, guys. It's a long one. This is what you go through, Jamie, isn't it? You just got to do. Jesse B. Outdoors.
That, AR, I go all the way to the top and come back down.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
67 Rebel, buddy, you know me better than that.
Lead Bullet Junkies here. Good to see you, LBJ. Guns and Barbecue. Let's see, Christmas 70. I'm getting close. Senior Master, I think I call. Sergeant Bulldog. Let's see.
We love you, Rebel. 67 Rebel. I'm
just about there.
I'll shut up.
Oh, Gun Loving Grandpa. Good to see you, GLG. TMS. Drew Bradley. I called. HIPAA. Christmas 740. I'm just about there. Ocean's here. Good to see you, Ocean.
Hey, bud.
Always good to have him on here. That's it, guys. We appreciate you dropping by. It was great to have you in the side chat. Great chat, Echo. Good to have you on, Jamie. Good show, guys. So we're going to get out of here and go to Georgia Shooting Connection at 8:00. So you all have a good one. Have a good night, and we appreciate you. Take care.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
I'm sorry. I had that paused or muted. Thanks
You
for
have to end
coming.
the show. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have that privilege.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie, for coming on tonight. And AR, thanks for all the help with the chat and reading everything off. I really appreciate it, brother. You know, you're my best friend. Everyone that came out tonight, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Yes.
please follow us all over to the Georgia Shooting Connection, 8 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Georgia time. So, and on that, Jamie, would you like to say any final words to close us out?
Just thanks for having me. Yo, you guys are awesome, man. Thanks, everybody. Hope to see you in a little while.
Jamie, may God keep you and bless you.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good night. We'll catch you in a little bit on the next show at same bat time, same bat channel. And you guys stay tuned for the Georgia Shooting Connection. Thank you.